What is up, you guys? VlixJr is back with a brand new reaction video, guys. And in this video, we will be reacting to top 10 people who got superpowers from events. That'll be crazy if someone really does have superpowers. Like, you know, shit. Imagine being Superman, having, I don't know, webs coming out of your hands or something. But yeah, guys, please like this video, subscribe down below if you guys have not yet subscribed, and leave a comment down below. What would be your superpower? Mine, I would like to stop time or time travel. I want to time travel. Why would I say I like to time travel when it's not even invented yet, guys? But yeah, I would like to time travel. Go back in the days and, I don't know, see the past. But yeah, guys, let's get into this video, guys. It's by The Richest. If you don't know about The Richest makes a compilation of all these crazy things. I will leave a link down below to this original video. So yeah, guys, let's get into the video. TheRiches.com.
Have you ever watched a superhero movie and wish that could be your life? At one point or another, we've all had those thoughts. But what if it could actually happen? Well,
be crazy.
Sometimes it can.
Fuck.
Here are 10 people who got real superpowers from accidents. Before we don our capes and spandex, however, be sure to stay tuned for our quiz. We would love to see your super answers. And remember to upvote your favorites, because the best comment will receive a special mention from The Richest in a future video. For more super videos, be sure to click the red subscribe button for new videos daily. Tony Chicoria. Orthopedic surgeon Tony Chicoria was speaking on a payphone to his mother when he was struck by lightning. He was technically dead before he was brought back to life. Following the accident, he experienced trouble with his memory and felt sluggish, but doctors told him that these things were to be expected after his ordeal. As those symptoms dissipated, however, he began to feel a strange urge. Out of the blue, Chicoria got a sudden urge to listen to piano music. He'd never been interested before, but now he couldn't get enough. He even bought a piano despite not knowing how to play. He began to play the melodies he heard in his head, however, and they were beautiful. He decided to name his first piece the Lightning Sonata. Doctors are unsure how it happened, but Chicoria is happy with his new life and has had several recitals to date.
That's crazy.
Woman. After receiving a severe shock from a faulty lamp, one woman claimed she could heat up her hands enough to melt ice. People were understandably skeptical of this claim, so she decided to prove it. She had a photo of herself taken out on a frozen pond to demonstrate her powers. The photo showed her crouched on the ice with her hand on the surface as a circle was melting away. Amazing! Well, it would be if it were actually true anyway. As it turns out, the photo was actually taken by photographer Eliza Razel as a part of a fantasy-based photo series. Nikolai
This was all fake. Come on, Riches, don't put that in.
After receiving a massive electric shock, Russian schoolboy Nikolai Kryagliachenko claimed he developed magneto-like powers. He accidentally leaned against a lamppost with a faulty wire. The next morning, he woke up to find that several coins that had been on his bed were now sticking to his body. As he went about his day, more metallic objects became attached to him. As a lover of comic books, he began to channel his inner X-Man and showed off his newfound talent. Nikolai is hardly the first human magnet to appear, however, as stories of the power have been around since the mid-19th century. Scientists are not convinced, however, saying it's more likely that these people have unusually sticky skin rather than being magnetic.
That could be true, guys. That really could be true.
After immigrating from Italy to San Francisco in the 1960s, Franco Magnani came down with a frightening fever. He suffered seizures and often became delirious. When he began to recover, Magnani began to recall vivid details of his childhood home, which he had not seen for more than 30 years. He became so engulfed by the memories that he began to paint the scenes he was seeing in his head. Now, back in Italy, he'd been a cook, and in the US, he had been a woodworker. He'd never picked up a paintbrush before in his life. After recovering from that high fever, however, he was suddenly able to paint in great photo-like detail. Painting these memories became an obsession, and doctors believed that the fever triggered
this is just like the first one, guys. I don't know. I don't think this is true. I'm pretty sure they learned how to paint back when they were kids. And really, you don't know where, I don't know, your childhood memories are in your head, so you know how that looks.
Geometric shapes everywhere he went. For 3 years, he rarely left his house. Eventually, Paget began to draw the shapes he saw. Once he began to venture out, more people noticed that his drawings were fractals, mathematical sets that show a repeating pattern. Paget had always been terrible at math, but now he was excelling. He was also the only person that was able to hand draw them without a
not knowing what they're learning. It's so dumb.
This change began to circulate. The most popular theory is that the blow to Paget's skull affected the area of the brain that control object boundary formation, which allowed him to see the geometric patterns. Pretty amazing, isn't it? So, now we have to ask, what kind of superpowers would you want to have? Be sure to also tell us why and let us know in the comments below. The best answer gets pinned. Ben Underwood. When he was 2 years old, Ben Underwood was diagnosed with retinal cancer. In order to save his life, his eyes were removed when he was 3. Being unable to see, Ben discovered an alternative way to get around. He began to teach himself to use echolocation, a method of detecting the location of objects by making frequent clicking noises with his tongue and listening for the echo. Using this technique, he was able to get around easily, play football, ride a bike, and run. By the time he was a teenager, Ben was the most proficient human echolocator alive. Sadly, Ben's cancer returned and he died in January 2009 when he was just 16 years old. Anonymous woman.
Okay, I don't believe that was true, guys. Echolocation, don't bats have that? Just by going or clicking, you can't hear the echo. Especially when you're outside, guys. Like, what? I don't believe that's true, guys. I don't know. But everything's crazy in this world, so.
Undisclosed hill, a young woman claims an accident changed her life. She had been going too fast and caught the edge of her ski, which sent her flying. She says that she blacked out following the accident, but continued to ski despite feeling dizzy and slightly nauseated. The symptoms didn't let up, so after 2 days, she went to the hospital where she discovered she'd suffered a concussion, dislocated shoulder, and broken collarbone. For weeks following the accident, she began to experience changes in her vision and perception. She was remembering everything she saw in exact detail and was even able to draw perfect diagrams. Fearing something was wrong, she went back to the doctor. For over a year, they were unable to help her, but eventually, after many tests, she was diagnosed with acquired savant syndrome. This condition is extremely rare and only affects 50 known people worldwide. Little is known about the condition, but sufferers tend to exhibit extraordinary skills they never possessed before. Ken Walters. In 1986,
First off, skiing is dangerous, guys. That is known to be the most dangerous sport out there, supposedly. That I know here in California, you do not need a helmet to go skiing or snowboarding, and that's really crazy because some people that go just go for the first time. I used to work at a ski resort, so I know when people they would get in accidents, and then a lot of accidents, guys. So getting concussion it's easy when you're skiing or snowboarding, especially if you don't have a helmet, guys. But that's fucking crazy.
Walters was involved in an accident. He broke his back and was bedridden for a year. His luck got worse, however. He was kicked out of his home and suffered 2 heart attacks. By 2005, he'd been jobless for nearly 20 years and was living off the government. Later that year, he suffered a stroke. While in the hospital, he attempted to write a note for one of the nurses, but found himself doodling instead of writing. This was an incredibly odd thing for him to do, as he'd never been a doodler. Walters had never been good at art.
We've all been a doodler, guys.
Paralyzed. Doctors advised him that it was likely a result of the stroke, as the brain can rewrite itself to avoid the damaged area. He was told the symptoms were likely temporary, but they persisted. His art became more well-known, and eventually his
I don't know, guys. I believe everyone,
he began to draw monsters for their
everyone when
games,
they're smaller, we all doodle, guys. So for them to say that he has never doodled before,
most of his life,
that's unlikely, guys. I don't know. But there you guys have it. This has been this video, guys. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you guys not yet been subscribed, just subscribe. It's that easy, guys. Like I said, comment down below. What superpowers do you guys want? Yeah. What superpowers do you guys want? Like I said, just comment down below. Subscribe. And just, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But it has been this video, guys. This has been VlixJr, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.